Okay, so today I'm going to do the top 5 worst Dogman characters of all time. Top 5 best will come tomorrow. Now, how things are going to work is I'm going to just not really rank them all. I'm just going to show 5 characters that I don't really like at all. So, wherever I start at, at these first 4, they can be put in any random order. So let's start out with Fair Fairy. I do not like this Dogman villain. It just feels like a very cheap way to just make a villain for this book. And it just is kind of dumb how she just does stupid things. Here's one of them. Fair Fairy gets called into a man's office, and she takes a chair because he told her to take a chair. And that's the stupid joke. Also, the way how she gets captured is horrible too. Of a certain character who will show up on this list grabs on a giant cupcake because that's his superhero name and falls on top of him. Like that. And that is the stupidest way of Dogman villain has been stopped. Another Dogman character that feels pretty stupid is D's dad. I do not like this character at all. He's just very stupid. One funny joke of being old and making fun of Petey. Like, this is basically what happens. Petey's trying to talk to them, and then his dad just gets angry about him. There's not really much to say. I just don't really like Petey's dad. And also, the 8th book was horrible. The plot: Petey and Lil P visit him, but he knocks them out. And then he trades places with Petey. I know it's a stupid joke of how he basically they switch places, and because they are the same, they look the same, they can easily go out of the way. But Petey is super young, and he has a younger voice, and Petey's dad should have an older voice. Ever think about that? I never really liked Petey's father. So now we got 2 characters that are forgettable out of the way. Let's go into the absolute worst. Big Jim is not a horrible character, but he's kind of not really that funny. He only has like 2 jokes that can work. One of my favorite Dogman jokes of all time is this. And that Big Jim is just very forgettable until he becomes Commander Cupcake, the most useless superhero of all time. And this joke was dragged out so freaking hard that I just felt like the dumbest thing ever. Because all he does is whenever something bad happens, he runs past the problem and eats cupcakes. And that's a stupid joke, and it happens every time we see Commander Cupcake. That's why I don't really enjoy Big Jim that much, because of this boring, generic joke. Now we're moving on to a fan favorite character that I personally do not like at all. Little Petey. You know, at one point I thought he was the #1 worst, but 2 people took that spot. But let's talk about him first. Describe this guy: annoying. He just cries and cries and cries, or he makes stupid knock jokes. He says knock knock. His father says, "Who's there?" Then he says, "A flower." "A flower who?" "A flower pooped on your head." And it wasn't just one panel of laughing, wasn't just 2, but an entire page of him laughing about the dumbest joke ever. Not only that, he repeats it for the entire book. It doesn't help that also appears in like the 6th book. Yeah, that's not funny at all. That's just dumb. So now we're going on to the #1 worst. And these are the ones I wish never existed. They started out good, they started out semi-decent, and then they became horrible people. They became the worst ever. Do you know who it is? Two cops. I don't know their names at all, but basically they're just entitled dirtbags to Dogman. They literally assume it's Dogman because literally it's literally a security camera photo was taken that looks like Dogman. The window was shattered like in the shape of Dogman, and the shoe prints were like Dogman. But but that's all the evidence they had, and they were so stupid they didn't look at any other evidence before the trial. But I kind of blame Lil PD and everyone else because they didn't really show the evidence at the time. But let's take a look at the evidence. Can you tell a dog head from a mask? They're pretty simple, and some of them look like dog masks look somewhat like dogs, but you can still tell it's like a mask. So how the heck do they think Dogman could have done it? Don't they know criminals even wear masks? But this wasn't just one book. This is the entire series. Let's go back all the way forward to book 9. I don't know why the camera's getting blurry. So in book 9, Dogman gets fired. And do you know what they do when everyone's mourning him? They talk him down on saying that it was his problem that he's making everyone cry, but have they never mourned at all? They're only saying that because he chewed on one of their phones and peed in their cabinet, or pooped in it. And not only that, he did a few other things, but he is a dog. They're humans, and also people don't know how to mourn. They're mourning because Dogman got fired. This is why I don't like them at all, because they're giant dirtbags. In book 10, they are making fun of him for having a cone on his head, and so they just be huge dirtbags to him. But they get their comeuppance easily when he shifts into a when he shifts into this dog with the ginormous robotic suit, and they basically pee their pants. But still, it wasn't that funny of a joke. And this is why I don't really like them. If this video gets 10 likes, I'll do a future video if this video will get 10 likes, I'll make one on the best top 5 of the best and worst Dogman one-time characters, which will be hard because I'd have to read the entire Dogman series for that. But if it gets 10 likes, I'll do it. Or I'll just do it anyway.